Okay, good evening, my co-teachers. So, what I am presenting this evening is the report that we had uh, uh, with the meeting earlier this afternoon. It's all about the learning outcomes of all learning areas. So, we are required to submit two reports of this first and second quarter. So let's start. So quarter, so you just fill it here the word. So if you are working first quarter, so you just put first, the word first, and then if you are working second quarter, you just put here second. Then on the table, so the following grade level. So I am working with grade 6. So my enrollment is 23. Then the learning areas. So for example, for grade 1 to grade 3, so na MTB nila. So you just alis kung waya diri, so mag-add ra tao um, cells diri sa ubos kung gusto mo magdugang or kung waya nizo example ya kay ijo mapi, so you just no APP if you don't have APP for grades 1 to grade 3, so you just interchange it with the subject MTB. Okay, so retitle lang yun subject diri. Then we come here to the next um, column, the GPA or the grade point of average. So how to get the GPA or grade point average? Okay, but before you proceed with your um, GPA, just first hide the uh, row that is said to be blank, no? I-hide na to din, especially sa boys, manda sa 50. So, you just highlight the cells, then right click, then hide. So, hide. Okay. So, what we have here, so, dili pareha ganiha nga grabe kaladyo ang agwat nila. So, mag-down, go down pa ka para makita nimo ang girl. So in this case, so imo na gi-hide ang mga cells nga walay entry. So dali ra kan sila maapot nimo ang girls, no? Okay, so next, so to get the point of GPA, okay? So ari ra tas gawas maghimo ng formula. Okay, you just click here outside sa pinakaubos. So then type here in the formula bar, no? So formula bar, then equals, then type average. Okay, then average, then shift, open parenthesis, then ato ka sa ibabaw, balik, then your first cell, after that, so i-click ang semicolon. So what you have noticed here, duha ka AG12. So this one is AG, no? Column AG, then row 12. That is what we mean by AG12. So duha man ka AG12 diha naka-colon. So ato nang i-erase, delete. Then you go down. Okay, so it means to say that from AG12 you are averaging from AG12 to AG75 nga row. So after that, you close it. uh, by using the close parenthesis using shift 0, or okay, then press enter. So you have now your GPA for Filipino. Okay, so kaning GPA sa Filipino ibutang which is 91. Okay, butang nato na diha 91. Then sir, in case ang section pareha na mo sa grade 6 nga tulo may kabuok. Okay, so ang among GPA, we just add GPA sa Filipino kay ang atong i-pass is not by section. Okay, we are going to pass by grade level. So what are we going to do is you're going to average sa amo example sa grade 6, i-average na mo among GPA. Okay, so how are we going to get the average? So you just add the GPA of 3 sections. So yan na mo, example kung ako 91, kang mamatilak 92, kang Ma'am IB 93, so imo nang i-average. Okay, plus ni mo na tanan, divide it by 3. Okay, so you get now your GPA. So in this case, you are working with just your section. So sahod ni section rani. That is why 3. Okay, let's move to the next column, which is the level of learning outcomes. We have here level as master, which is 92 to 100, closely approaching mastery 84 to 91, approaching towards mastery, and so on and so forth. So we have here in every level of learning outcomes, it is subdivided by two column, which is number of learners and percentage or percent. You just open your class record, then count the pupils or learners that have a grade of that ranges 92 to 100. Okay, so let's count. So we have here 92 to 100, 95. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 learners got it mastered. Next, we have the close the approaching master. We have which have the grade of 84 to 91. Okay, 84 to 91. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15. Then approaching, since you have 23, so 28 plus 1 is 23. So you just have your level, all of your learners, all of the learners have their level of learning outcomes. So in approaching towards mastery is 0. This is also 0. So you just add this one. Total we have 23 learners. So the total must coincide with your enrollment. Okay, do not forget that one. So if it does not coincide, something wrong with your listing or counting of the level of learning outcomes. So to get the percentage here, you just divide the number of learners got mastered divided by the number of enrollment. So we have here 8 divided by 23. Okay, we're gonna use calculator here. Okay, so 8 divided by 23 is 34 times 100, since it is percentage. Okay, that is 34.78, or let us say 35. Count na to, 35%, then 15 divided by 23. So we have times 100. Okay, we have here 65%. Okay, so then 0%. Then we have also here 0%. Okay, then number, okay, total number, so total is 100%. Okay, 65% plus 35% is 100%. Okay, so that is how we're going to do with every learning areas. So, pag humani mo sa Filipino, ari na po ko sa English, and so on. So, by the way, ang MAPI kay tuluman ni sila kabuok, music, art, PE, and health. So, ang general rang kuan, ang sana, average, dire nato na makitaan sa kuan sa MAPI. Okay? So, ano na to makitaan din. Kani atong basihan sa MAPI. Not this one. Dapat sila kabuok, no? Okay. Next thing, so pagkahumanin mo nag-entry diha, okay, and again, if you're going, if we are working by grade, okay, so the grade level chairman will consolidate all of the sections in every grade. So, how many got mastered? Then, for example, sa grade 6 kami, ang isang divisor na is not 23 na. Kaya i-add naman po nimo enrollment sa tulo ka section. So, we are 67 ata. So, i-divide na, kung pila diri naka-mastered, i-divide og 67. Okay? So, ang grade level chairman ra ang mag-consolidate. But, each of the advisors will have a report on this. Okay, naikinala dyan yung trabaho kay para ang grade level chairman dili na maglisod pag compute kay daon naman ang data. Ikaw na kan siya mag-consolidate. Okay, so let's come to the analysis and interpretation. So each of the subject must have a analysis and interpretation. Dito ra, okay, so each of the subject has the analysis and interpretation. So we have the same, so na natabot tayo templates sa analysis and interpretation. So the interpretation goes like this one. So the learner outcomes of most of the learning outcomes of most of the learners fall on asa man ang dako nimo na percentage dari sa okay, closely approaching. So imo diri type closely approaching. Okay, now let's come to analysis and interpretation. So each of these subject has a template for the analysis and interpretation. Okay, so nothing to worry. Okay, so let us start with Filipino. Okay, so the learning outcomes of most of the learners fall on, okay, asa man ang pinakadako na percentage ang closely approaching mastery. So most of the pupils is on closely approaching mastery. Then, how many percent with 65%. And this is followed by ang nagsunod ang mustard by mustard. Okay, then how many percent we have? 35%. Then for the okay, next, approaching towards mastery got 0%. Okay, 0% of the learners until approaching towards mastery. Okay, so that is your analysis, and then for the interpretation. So the result implied that most of learner reach to a answer reach to closely approaching mastery. Okay. The result also implied that no learners is left behind as to mastery of all the competencies in the first quarter. So that will be the interpretation for Filipino subject. So ang mga muraan ato buhaton sa kada subject, mautro ra siya depende sa imong percentage sa kada subject. Okay, that's all for okay, so tanan gajud buhay mo anang interpretation. So last is prepared by. So ang ipasa nato is the report ang pag-submit is the grade level coordinator. So pero kung subject teacher, so butangan pud nimo diri subject teacher, then noted ang atong school head, si Ma'am Lina. Okay, thank you. So by the way, submissions will be Friday afternoon, tomorrow, Friday afternoon. Thank you very much.